Hey, this is Dennis Williams with CashMap Consulting. Thanks for joining me, and we're going to jump right in to demonstrate how you can pay less interest, enabling you to save more faster, and in that process create overlooked opportunities. The problem that we're looking at solving is, of course, regardless of how low your interest that you end up paying, any interest that you pay is taking away the returns on what you otherwise could be earning. And dollars sitting idle are hidden opportunities. And hidden opportunities, they're a major demotivator. So the whole idea is to unleash that and do it in a way that is a low to no risk solution, and that's what we're all about. You're going to learn how to use your bank's money to pay off debt quickly, or to just generally use it to create a low interest rate that the bank would never give you. And we're doing that by using your income inside of a small line of credit. And to enable that to happen, the other half of the equation is rescheduling the timing you pay your bills to your advantage, which would be at the end of the billing cycle for that line of credit. So your secret weapon that makes this all possible is called the average daily balance, something that we're not taught, is not talked about at all, other than the context frequently of minimizing what you owe on a credit card. And so when we pull all the pieces together, we're looking at using CashMap, the smart money app available in the Apple Store, the App Store, and in Google Play, coupled with coaching to help accelerate getting you there, to safely use more of your money, to keep more, save more, and create additional choices. And those choices can be enabling you to have more time with family, vacation, living where you want, and retire sooner than you would ever hope possible. Solution requirements are, again, you're going to deposit your money as soon as you get it as a loan payment inside of your line of credit. Second, you're looking at being able to have at least $100 left after you pay your bills. And third, you want for the entire solution to have at least 1.5 times your monthly deposits for the size of the line of credit. And you want to be able to continue to build and maintain an emergency fund so you're not using the line of credit as a slush fund. So CashMap's going to enable you to see the impact of compounding on your future, see the impact that keeping your money working 24/7 is going to have, that you're able to create scenarios and see the future impact of decisions before you proceed, and experience the power of using a line of credit as a phenomenal wealth building tool. Too many of us look at finances and the system as it is created like pushing a boulder up a hill. And so we're going to create an example just to kind of make that point. Here's somebody who they're depositing their income on the 1st and the 15th, their expenses, they've shifted to the end of the month, and their savings are $60, and they've got this credit card bill of $68.49 at 24%, and they're making just the minimum payment, and they've got a couple $100 left. Their budget's pretty tight. So the usual assumptions or approaches that they have to deal with is that if they're making the minimum payment, they're looking at $67,000 in interest, and it's going to take them 45 years. Now, if they just pay a little bit more, that knocks it to 15 years, but they're still paying $18,000 in interest. 5 years, we're down to 5, and 2 years, they really don't have the cash to do it, but they're still paying $1,800. Using the strategy we're talking about here, they can have this thing paid off in 2 years. Total interest that they're going to end up paying is just $556 using a line of credit at 24%. And if they could get a line of credit at 10, it drops it to just $251. That's a lot of money left back in your pocket. And so it's just 3 simple steps. We're taking our income, using it as a loan payment, and that drops and keeps the balance low on the line of credit. Second, they're scheduling when they're paying their bills to the end of the line of credit's billing period, so that keeps the balance low. And third, they are using their emergency funds for unexpected bills. So we're looking at, again, paying off that credit card with a line of credit. And when we do that, when we get paid, we move the money, instead of sitting in the checking account, into the line of credit, and you can see that it drops the balance. Then when we pay our bills at the end of the month, it brings the balance up to $65.72, but the average daily balance is just $39.40, and the interest cost is $32.84 for that month. But now if we instead pay it on the second of the month, just so you can see the effect, and this is still better than the bank's opportunities, we're now going to see that the line of credit balance jumps up to over $8,000. And then when we end up making that last income shift, bringing the balance down to $65.72, look at the average daily balance. Now it's $7,000 and the interest cost is $61.43. So just to contrast the two, if you end up paying your bills on the second, one day during the month the balance was $48.72, 16 days it was $65.72, and 13 days it was $85.49. Meanwhile, if you did it at on the 30th, 15 days are at $28.95, 14 days are at $48.72, and just one day is $65.72. So the impact of these two steps is moving the income in lowers the average daily balance, paying bills at the last day keeps the balance low, paying less interest allows money to go to principal, and in turn, we're able to dramatically lower the interest cost and the time taken to pay off the line of credit. So here's the interest that we're going to pay every month over the 2 years if we pay on the 30th. If we end up paying it on the 2nd, look how much higher it is. Big difference. Still better than any other bank's alternatives. And so here's when we're looking at the impact, we can see that at 10%, you pay it early in the month, interest $802. Pay it later, $251. But look what happens when it's 15%. Looking at by paying it later, the difference is small. Why? Because the average daily balance being low, it's still a small number at a higher interest rate. And at 24%, again, we're all used to looking at it on the left side, but on the right side, it's an opportunity that most of us have never been aware of, and it has a compounding impact. So why should we pay extra money to our bank? So when paying off larger debts, you're going to use CashMap. The Smart Money app is going to tell you how much to withdraw from your line of credit, and then use the withdrawal to make an additional payment to that loan you want to get rid of. And at the end of the billing period, after you pay all your bills, you look at the balance on your line of credit, and CashMap tells you whether or not it's time to take another withdrawal. It's that simple. You do that every month. So to prepare, we're finalizing what we're going to be spending. We're selecting our line of credit. We now know the billing cycle for our line of credit. We create our CashMap plan. We're optimizing our average daily balance. And if possible, we can link our checking account to the line of credit. That's a feature that is not as frequent as it used to be. Our monthly cycle is, again, move our money from the checking account into the line of credit. We pay our bills when it's time by moving the money from the line of credit back to the checking account and paying as we normally would. We then look at the balance. We withdraw an additional amount needed to make the loan payment and send it over, and we just keep doing that every month. Now, if you're worried about using credit cards as a way of keeping track, here's a great app called the Budget Burn Down that you can use that really kind of helps you kind of keep track of where you are. Additional videos that you can end up taking advantage of inside of the YouTube channel, CashMap Consulting. Kind of go through and peruse that, see how to use the product. And we'd love you to subscribe and to get the help that you need. We're available to provide coaching classes to kind of help you get up and started so you don't have to figure it out in 4-hour increments. We've got a 10-week comprehensive program. And we have self-study coaching and personalized coaching options that are carved out just for you. So you want to visit cashmapapp.com or schedule time at bookatimeWithDennis.com. Thank you so much.